Hello everyone and welcome to another video from the Demon Overlord. I hope you have tuned in after watching the first one of my two-parter for the Icewind Dale brick unboxing. These are the four heavier boxes, so hopefully we get some really cool bad boys. I do have my fingers crossed for the Frost Salamander, the cool Ice Dragon. I also do want the Abominable Yeti and the Orca. That's what I'm hoping are in these four. So fingers are crossed we get those four big bad boys. But let's see what we got and hope we get some also cool little rares along with them, shall we? So, here we have the Frost Salamander. One of the ones I actually wanted because he looks pretty cool. He has that slight sheen like he's a wet animal, but really cool. I like the sort of Bahir-esque look to him. Now, he is only on a huge base, but God, he's impressive. I love that big toothy maw with the blue eyes. Kind of reminds me of a Rancor from like Star Wars in the face, mixed with a Bahir, mixed with like a sort of a Remorez as it likes to dig through and burrow through the snow until it gets you and rips you down and eats you. Really awesome, cool, aggressive monster, and definitely cool that you could have in a dungeon also, of maybe a dungeon that gets really deep and cold. Really cool monster. I definitely am glad to get him. He could definitely be a cool monster since I do like my dragons as well. So, there's one of the four that I'm wanting, so we're off to a good start. Next up, we have the Flynn Trapper, which, once again, the gnolls that are loved so much by the Icons of the Realms miniature development team. I like the golden armor. It's not too bad for a ranker. Now, for the rank he's in, sorry. Pretty nice sculpt. Very nice paint job on him. I like the skull whip. Pretty interesting. And not bad for another good gnoll to use against people. And if you need a good pack of gnolls and their leaders. Here we have the aggressive little snow goblins. Yes, the little goblins that sneak out of the snow and cut off your legs and cut your shins. These would be pretty cool. I like the animal skull on there and how big it is. So they probably killed a wolf and took its skull. Probably some of its pelt. Really cool. I mean, I would definitely like to throw these guys in a group in a blizzard and have them cut their ankles or something. So it's like, oh, my ankles. And then they have disadvantage in the already difficult snow terrain to really make a tough fight for them. So maybe get a couple of these guys in a duplicate wouldn't be bad. But on to the next one, shall we? Yeah, just wanted to get another shot of that front. And here we have another animal classic, the mountain goat from the set. Very nice. A little heavy on the shading, as you can see there, but not bad. It's always good to have an animal, and I always love it when they add a little bit of terrain to the base of that like little rock he's standing on. Now, this is, like I said, great to add so your group has something to hunt down and skin and eat. You know, something to give them something that maybe they want to get some warmth, so they take down a mountain goat who will give them a nice little bit of some warm pelt, a little bit of some food, and to help them along their journey not to freeze and perish. Okay, so luckily, here's the second one I was actually hoping to get. The Abominable Yeti. Now, this is the Yeti that has grown to huge size and basically only lives in pairs. Once their offspring get big enough that they start to get kind of that whole growth phase, they kind of kick them out or threaten to eat them. As we all know, Yetis are cannibals, and they will consume each other if they're injured or weakened. Very nice, I like it. I mean, I know that I think in some of the older ones, they had like a third eye in the head. But still pretty cool, and I like the whole more squat style, more like a gorilla thrashing and fighting, which is the Yeti's more actual stance, not like the whole, and not that blue skin. They have that nice darkened skin versus like the blue. The blue is just a little more weird, and that's just more for pop culture lore. But really nice, and a nice aggressive beast to throw at your party in the storms to give them a really hard time with its deadly ice breath. Here we have a common animal and a nice one that I was actually hoping to get for a medium, the knucklehead trout. Now, in the game, the knucklehead trout is a very common staple for the residents of the Icewind Dale and all the water streams. Now, this is also great to add to any campaign, a nice medium-class fish to really give a nice creature that can one-up and give a character a good wallop in the head, maybe if they're unprepared or they roll a really bad check of survival to try and fish one out. Really cool, and I love that they just made a medium-class fish. Something unique that you could throw in the ocean or even in lakes and such. Frozen or not, to just really give your players a tough time. I like these knuckleheads. I like the whole idea of a trout that can smash you with its big, bulky, fat head. Really nice, and I wouldn't mind getting more of them. Next mini. Well, wasn't on my list, but we got the Twingo with the icicle staff. Little different, so we have the Twingo here that's probably not going to be throwing the snowball like a mischievous little bugger. We have the one that might cast some frost spells and probably deal your party a little bit of problem if you've messed with the Twingo and maybe upset them, and we're probably rude to them. Not your best move, because these guys are very helpful, and if you want to make them a problem, definitely tick them off and see the consequences. Let's move on to the last miniature from this specific box of the four. Here we have one that I did want the eyes, as you can see, are a little rough for me to deal with because they're very glowy, like very extra white. But is the Kobold Vampire Spawn. Now, like most Spawn, he's going to be a little weaker than your average Vampire Spawn, but very nice. And what else can I say? He's just a basically naked Kobold, as in Kobold Society. Being naked is not a bad deal, but he does carry vampirism, so maybe an interesting idea for someone who wants to play a Kobold and kind of add more to that whole aversion to light. So, very interesting. I can see why they would be in Icewind Dale, since it's probably darker there most times of the year than the light of the sun, so could be interesting. Very nice, and I like it. I was hoping to get one. Here's one I actually forgot was in the set when I ordered this, but hopefully I still get the dragon, hopefully, but we have the mammoth, the woolly mammoth. Now, these are cool medium-class creatures your group could definitely try to hunt down if they feel brave, considering it's a big, strong elephant, basically, with terrifying, mighty tusks to impale and smash you around with its mighty trunk. Really cool. I mean, if your group could maybe tame one, like a frost giant would, and ride on them, it could be useful too. So, multi-use in the game, but also a very big animal to throw at your party if you really want to try to make it challenging. Give them a little bit of a taste of the mighty nature of the frozen north. Very cool, very cool. Let's get on with the mediums from the set. Well, so here we have our third duplicate from this brick in general. We have a Twingo with Snowball. Now, with the medium characters, you're not guaranteed to always get something different, but a couple extra Twingas wouldn't kill me. Little Twingas are kind of cool. I mean, if you really need them to be in a pinch, you could use them as very tiny baby Yeti, so very nice. I'm hoping to get the child Yeti still as a medium, but we'll see. We'll see. We still got one more box after this brick, too. Next up, another lovely beast of the frozen north, the mighty wolf. This is obviously based similar more to the sort of wargish wolf look from the Curse of Strahd, they like to say, and I see the resemblance. I like the aggressive look of this wolf, the white, but also those like bits of shade to give it that aggressive stance and the posture. And it's always good to have another wolf. You could use him as maybe even an infant white winter wolf if you wanted to go that far. Maybe like he's a juvenile or subadult, just to make him interesting flair. But nice that he could actually, with his size and bulk, he could be a good leader of the wolf pack for those guys who have a lot of wolf minis like I do, because I happen to find some and paint some. So let's get on with the last one from this box of the 3 of the 4. And here we have a rare one, the cold crone. Now, you might be thinking, she's pretty weird. An owlish person with horns and a glowing, almost translucent cape. I like it. I actually was hoping to get the cold crone because it's the one on the box there, and pretty impressive in its scale and appearance. Now, if I do remember correctly, this is actually her weakest form, because this is like her oldest form. The Shattered Queen is like the more important one, and then there's the Cold Womb one, which is the little crystal. So, nice to know that I got any of those 3s. They're all very rare and highly sought after. So, sadly, we did not get the white dragon in this brick, but I'll be keeping an eye out in the future for more. But we did get another creature I was looking for, the orca. And I just like his watery base there. It reminds me of the great whites they came out with for the unpainted. Very nice water effect, and a very lovely sculpted orca with the simple small eyes, the nice white patch people always think is the eye. And nice clean paint job on him. Very nice, very nice. And a nice good huge water creature to add to your options for aquatic battles or aquatic animal taming actually could be a possibility as well. Here we have the raghead nomad with a spear. This one does come with a alternate sculpt as well in the set. It will come with a dagger instead of the spear. Not bad for a nice animal-headed, animal-skulled individual wearing a cloak with, I don't know, I'm assuming maybe bear or maybe wolf or something like that with a obvious wolf skull. But not bad. Not bad if you're looking for like a cold humanoid to throw at your to have a party be if they want to be really wild looking. Speaking of the alternate, here is the raghead with knife instead. So here's the one that looks more like a sneaky rogue in the Frost, where he's carrying around what looks to be similar to a kukri knife? Or something similar along those lines. A little bit of that bend in it. I mean, bendy's knife syndrome, or sword syndrome, you get it with minis. It's okay. A little hot water fixes it. Anyway, not bad. I mean, it's okay I got 2 of them, but you know what? Not bad. Could be nice to have a group of these guys attack your group or party, like a little adventuring party. So, worth it in the end. So here we come to the last one. We have the Dwagar Mindmaster, which is like a really creepy looking old man, really. I mean, creepy glade cloak, clawed fingers, creepy old white beard. Yeah, creepy man. Creepy guy. The black rings around his eyes make him look creepy. But pretty nice. Not bad to get another Dwagar. Anyway, guys, that's all I happened to get. Like I said, didn't get the dragon this time, but hopefully in the future. And like always, guys, do check out our podcast, and please do like and subscribe down below. Helps keep the channel going, and make sure to ring that bell so you get notifications because of YouTube's weird algorithm. Anyway, guys, have a great one, and stay tuned. Bye-bye.